Hello and welcome to the Thread to Mend podcast. My name is Taylor and I come to you from Baltimore, Maryland. And this is a podcast about all the things that are fiber related. I mostly speak on the subjects of knitting and spinning. And this is the first episode since my trip to Rhinebeck. So I have a lot of things to show you. I know not everyone's into haul videos, but I really do love to highlight the great farm yarns that I find here on the Northeast United States. And you know, it's just nice to celebrate this industry. There's not many places that it is celebrated. And I also like to describe as best as I can the tactile qualities of yarn, so that, I mean, I find it helpful when other people share yarns that they find and what it's like, so that I can better estimate its qualities versus a photograph or an idea of what I think it's like. So yeah, that's kind of a rambly way to say I just really like to hear about other people's choices of yarn. So I have a finished object to show you. It's not yet blocked, so I'm gonna block it and then insert some footage of it into the end of this video, as well as my fleece processing. It is soaking downstairs or not yet ready to wash, so I might insert some footage of it pre-wash or mid-wash before I upload this. It might even be dry, who knows. But that'll all be at the end. And I'm just gonna go straight into the haul. So let me just bend down and get it for a second, please. This is most of it. Okay, so when we were in Kingston, I think after the festival on Saturday before dinner, we were shopping through that little downtown area, and I found in the consignment shop this amazing little suitcase. And so what did I do but stuff it with all the things I bought. I pretty much never bought yarn in the past, and I made up for that this year. I will just show you real quick. I also picked up a couple jars of soak that are already downstairs in the basement, and I also bought a bottle of their flattening spray, which I want to try out to kind of freshen up sweaters between washes. It might help keep them lasting longer, I hope, and smelling better. So I'll let you know how that goes, if I enjoy it or not, but I bought some of that. I always buy, I think, the lacy, the gray bottle, and I think Celebration is my other flavor I buy. Anyway, so I bought 2 fleeces. I, for some reason, didn't bring any of the mohair up, but I'll insert footage of that. I bought a yearling mohair fleece, about 3 pounds originally. I split it with Stephanie, who is Grace and Time on Instagram, and we just were in the right place at the right time and on the spot split these 2 fleeces. It was the best thing ever meeting her, and then also getting to share that and, you know, pay half as much for all the joys of 2 different types of fiber to play with. So we split that gray yearling mohair fleece. Again, it was like 3 pounds, I want to say. And then the yearling not mohair, the yearling merino fleece that is this beautiful Morit brown. So I pulled up some from downstairs. This is just the raw fleece, so this is still dirty and it's a little bit tippy. I really picked the ends off of every lock before soaking it, so I still have a small pile to pick the tips from right now downstairs, and the rest is soaking or waiting to be soaked, but I'm gonna wash that today. I swear, I'm not putting it off anymore. It's finally at the stage where I feel like comfortable focusing on it, so it's gonna happen. It's so messy and smelly, and this is honestly the cleanest fleece though. Like, I say it every year, but I find cleaner and cleaner fleeces every year. And this one has, I don't think anything can top this, because even after I submerged the fiber in the water, usually like the I don't know what you call it, but it just like comes out and poofs in like under the pressure of pressing the water through the fiber. It gets clean almost immediately, and there was nothing coming out of this. I swear, it's like the most pure fleece. Like I picked out some burrs, some type of thing that would get deep kind of into it in some spots, but I swear to you, this is the cleanest fiber. I mean, it smells like a sheep. Okay, I'm not gonna do that again. Oy vey. Okay. First yarn I bought was from Foxhill Farm, and it is a fingering weight woolen spun 2-ply yarn. Is it a 2-ply or a 3-ply? I'm sorry, I'm misinformed. Yes, that is just 2 plies. And I bought 3 skeins. So this is plenty of yarn to make any sized sweater for me. I very much need another like Jenny's drop shoulder sweater in my life. This could be that, or it could be any yoke sweater that I've probably already queued up. I bought this other skein here. This is from a farm called Greenwood Hill. And this is actually the tag from it. I don't know why I never put it back on, but this is called their Slate DK. Slate is the color, I want to say. And there's like no, oh, it's 180 yards. I'm guessing 50 grams. So these would look nice together. I'm thinking about knitting a sweater by Jennifer Steingass with these together specifically. I need to double check my yardage because this is a DK, but these are fingering, and I think that might look fine mixing gauges. Might not, this is kind of more of a worsted spun anyway, so I feel like a heavier worsted spun is better than mixing a heavier woolen spun with a worsted spun yarn. So that may or may not mean anything to you, I'm sorry. But yeah, they're just nice and natural and beautiful. And then I would at least know where this is being used, which I was thinking originally I only bought it like just to maybe make a hat or something, but then I realized like 50 grams might be really shy for a whole hat. I have no clue. I do not knit hats. I make sweaters. But at some point you just have to cut yourself off from buying sweater quantities. And to be quite honest, like I wouldn't even be mad at myself today if I instead bought like 7 more of these skeins of yarn at, I think it was only like 20 bucks too. Well, that's expensive. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Anyway, and so I was buying just this one, and while buying it, I stopped to buy another skein from the same booth. They are merino shepherds, and their yarn is just gorgeous. This is lace weight yarn. It's 880 grams. This is just 100. I'm sorry, it's 880 yards. It's just 100 grams, but this is like a perfect cloud of merino goodness. I have enough to hold it together with another great find, which I was so surprised to see Ocean by the Sea vending at the bookshop booth. And I bought 2 skeins of her silk mohair. I knew that these are the different colors, but I didn't care because I wanted 2 skeins and they were close enough, and I just kept telling myself it doesn't matter that they're different colors. I can like fade them if I need to, or block them in some way to be different parts of the sweater, perhaps. That wouldn't be so bad, right? You could do like a pieced raglan. Who really wants to piece a mohair raglan? I was thinking I could do you know, here's the other thing. I was talking about doing this skein with the sweater quantity as a color work, but what if instead of swapping the contrast color for the main color and vice versa, I just pick up merino or pick up the mohair silk, and then the color work is where the merino is held double. That could either be the best thing ever or a hot mess, but I'm afraid if I don't do it, someone else will do it first. I'm just kidding. But that's really what I should do, right? I mean, maybe I can make a hat out of 50 grams. Maybe it can be done. I'm gonna research this. I'm gonna just open Ravelry and find out the answers to all my questions. But I mean, then the question is which one? They're the same, but they're not. And I think I have one more yarn to show you. I bought two skeins of this. They're 50-gram skeins of Romney Merino, and this was at the Battenkill Fiber Mill booth. Battenkill Fiber Mill, I'm telling you, it's probably the best mill. Well, outside of Green Mountain, which of course, Green Mountain's a wonderful mill too. I didn't buy any. I honestly didn't see their booth this year. Like, I couldn't find it. It just didn't cross my path. I walked through as many things as I could, and I feel like my body is quite limited. Like, I can only handle so much stuff, walking and such. So, and we were running on like 5 hours of sleep. We ended the day at 3 o'clock. Like, I couldn't go on much longer. Just physically tired. But this is so scrumptious. It is really soft. If you had any notion that Romney is a itchy, scratchy fiber, this is not scratchy. And I am one of those people that's like not bothered by the scratch factor, but this is like really soft and it's so shiny. And I wish I could have bought a sweater quantity of this. I started a new project with it because I bought this for Brian. He wanted, he doesn't want anything, but he needs a hat and gloves. And he would like them. He's just like, whatever, you know. So I cast this on this morning, and it's nothing yet. It's like 3 rows, but I did a tubular cast on with 1x1 rib, and I'm gonna continue the 1x1. Although I considered doing the crossover to make it 2x2, but I'm just not sure I want to try that hard. I don't know. I've never really done that before. And then I'm going to knit this. I'm going to continue this pattern for 3 inches, maybe 3.5. And then I think 3 is enough. And then I'm going to do a cable pattern on the back and then just do a very simple, you know, decrease at the fingers. And, you know, basic thumb. I can't remember if I told you that I bought Clara Parks's book, Vanishing Fleece. And so far I've proven that I can't open a book and read it because I haven't even touched it since I got home. But I am going to. It's going to be really great. I've read a bunch of Clara Parks's books before, and I felt like, given the title, there's just no way I could not buy this book. It's so good. I don't know that it's good because I haven't read it yet. One of the highlights of our trip to New York was visiting the Brooklyn General Store. I got to meet Emily in person, who was so sweet and kind, and it was a pleasure to get to know her a little bit. And I bought some things. I made out spending less than $100, which was such a relief because I felt like I was dropping $100 everywhere I went while at the festival, because that's just how it happens. And anyway, I bought some great things. I picked up 3 skeins of this hair that is covered in mohair. 3 skeins of Biche and Bouche de Petite Lambswool, and this is 50 grams. And very nice. It's called green gray. It's probably gray dyed over green dyed over gray. And it is like any Shetland 2-ply, you know, but softer because it's lamb's wool. And I'm so excited to knit with this. I have just enough of this to pair with a couple skeins that I've shown you in the past. I wasn't planning to pull this project out because I'm really not ready to cast it on, but I'm gonna hold it with the Fenial Garn Realma yarn and a bunch of skeins of Jamieson and Smith and Elements of Shetland, I want to say this is. I have the ball band inside here. Elemental Effects yarn. I have some skeins there, Shetland 2-ply, and some you've seen, some you haven't. At Brooklyn General, they carry just Jamieson's, which is a different brand than Jamieson and Smith, in case you weren't aware. But I happened to buy one of these skeins in a color that I have. Actually, no, I bought 3 skeins of a yarn like this yarn, different color, that perfectly match a Jamieson and Smith skein that I had in my stash. And combined, they make up exactly what I need for a different project that I was planning to use these 2 skeins in. So that worked out really well. These just have a better contrast than the brown and the green. So I am really excited about this. I need to buy Marie Wallen's book Shetland in order to knit this project because it's in that book. I only just discovered a podcast called Yarns at Yinhu. It's probably the most popular thing in the freaking world and I've never heard of it before, but I saw her sweater at Rhinebeck and then I think I found her on Instagram. You know how like you stumble across all the Rhinebeck things during Rhinebeck, and it's just such a gorgeous sweater, and I found her podcast and I can't wait to buy the book and listen to the podcast throughout her like year, I want to guess, of knitting this thing and just like do it as if it's like happening right now. I'm gonna totally do that. So it's just a really gorgeous piece of fabric and beautiful garment. And I mean, if I can have that, why wouldn't I like already owned all these random Jamieson and Smith colors. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm not scared. I know color work can get like hairy with the color play and things can get really weird really quick, but I find that if I just pull out colored pencils and I doodle and play, I usually find good or better combinations of colors than I would have if I just went for it. So I like to do that. I like to pull out my graph paper and just like swatch colors with my pencils. So I'll probably do a little bit of that. I'm not in the mood for going that deep into that project yet without having acquired the pattern. So, and there's other like quicker projects I really feel like I need to own. Like I might have mentioned already, although I don't think I did. I want to knit Jenny at the Fair, which is a long pocketed cardigan jacket. And that's a way thicker gauge, and I have that yarn also, and I can just buy the pattern online like right now if I want to. So I'm gonna knit that sweater. I'm gonna cast on that sweater next, just to get it out of my system because I feel like I need some Lopi in my hands. I'm just like so cold. It's only like 55 degrees and I'm like freezing all the time, but I need a jacket to put over my sweaters because it's not enough when they're only like 3/4 length sleeves a lot of the time. I'm really glad that I long sleeved my ranunculus because I feel like I might wear it more. Oh, I made progress on the trip on my Daydreamer sweater. I was carrying this around in my little basket. This is what I was knitting on over the weekend, and I got through, I think I finished, just finished one bobble row, and I got to the next bobble row. So I really didn't get a ton done on this project, but I was trying to spend time with Brian. We were also driving at night a lot, like the whole way up. Like 4 of our 6-hour drive to Rhinebeck was basically at night, and I couldn't get much knitting done. So I think on the whole way up I got like 2 rows, which is remarkable at night, I think. So yeah, this lives here, nice and compact, stays in the house mostly, although I've been like dragging it with me places as if I have the time or attention to knit during the day, which is never the case, but I feel like I'm forgetting something. There were a lot of like little things that I bought at the festival and the Brooklyn General Store I might have like skipped over. I really splurged on this ribbon, to be quite honest. I feel like it would be perfect for the jacket I want to make. So, and also I have this gorgeous velvet vintage floral jacket. It's like an evening coat type of jacket that I feel like this reminds me of a lot. And so it'll be like my sweater version of the, yeah, I don't know. I just love vintagey floral golden hued things. So I couldn't leave without that. And then I also found these cat buttons, which are really just novelty things that I wanted to own because they're cats more than being a crafty person. I just really like cats. I have a secret plan to knit a bra design that so far I've not seen anyone make yet, but I feel like I can figure this out, where maybe the cup is mohair and like super cute, and then I can knit a band that like buttons here, because you're never gonna get mohair over your head. You're never gonna get mohair over your head. In a bra, you need to button it, right? That could work. It could work. A little buttoned bra. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. We'll see. I'll make a little kitten bra. Or maybe I'll choose a smaller button that's more tasteful than like however many centimeters this is. I'm losing my voice. I need a sip of water. I have so much to do. I have these fleeces downstairs soaking in water. So I'm gonna pop them onto the stove with a little shampoo, get them washed up and dried and ready to be stored safely. And I want to thank you so much for watching this episode of the Thread to Mend podcast. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Taylor E. Owen, and I just love to connect with you. Feel free to comment below. Oh, speaking of, I have a giveaway and I need to announce the winner of our giveaway. So I'm going to check out the comments, use the random number generator to select a number, and whoever won the podcast giveaway is going to be listed on the screen right here. I'm going to contact you and let you know that you won, so you can give me your address to ship this off to you. I'm going to throw a little extra goodies in there for you too. Okay, so make sure to respond if you win, and subscribe to this channel so that you know when new things are coming up, like videos, giveaways, etc. Thank you again so much for watching, and take care. Bye.